New York, don't stop getting it, New York. I'm gonna get it, take it from New York.
Pantalones gratis
con Maccheroni Bologna.
Esto es Los Pantalones Libres de Podcast.
The Pants Free Podcast. Pantaloni Libero.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Follow us on social medias. All the links can be found at pantsfreepod.com. This week, Nick is on the road once again and has brought a little friend. That's right, our friend Andy, a.k.a. Tiny from our Portland radio show. And they are joining us from New York City.
Whoa, whoa. Can you see me? I can see Pants Free Podcast.
Andrew.
Hi.
What are you doing?
There's so many things that I want to tell you.
Yeah, you guys are in New York City. And first of all, I just saw pictures of you guys on Facebook. And I know Nick does this for a living. Are you now in the car business?
I've never driven, but goddamn it, now I'm in it.
That's what I was gonna say. You've never even driven a car before.
I don't even have a permit. I'm 31 years old and I don't have a permit, but all of a sudden I'm at NBC Sports telling them what to do.
Yeah, well, you mean you have an appreciation for vehicles. You've ridden in them, so.
Right. I really like riding in them a lot. That's fun. I don't know about like the whole job market and like getting in a car and putting gas in it. Like, that's foreign to me. I don't get it.
Well, in Oregon, you can't even pump your own gas anyway. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like they have a collar on us.
They're holding you back.
Yeah, it's really just setting me back.
So what have you, like, you get on the plane, and I know, like, you have special needs. I mean, you're a special needs person.
Well, goddamn it, that's a whole damn ordeal, Coney. I mean, I had to get an 8-point fan system to cool me down at all times. People were looking at me. I had to have snacks delivered every 15 minutes. I mean, people are like, "Who the f*** is this guy?" I was super diva on the airplane, and I had to buy the whole row because I'm fat again. It was horrible. I could have just laid down and made a bench seat out of it, but no.
So you get on the plane and it's a whole ordeal. I mean, but were you fine? I mean, you've flown before.
Yeah, I've done this whole song and dance before, and I sung and danced it, and then everything was okay up until when we got to Seattle, and then everybody had to be looking at me, and then I got on the first class, and everything was just smooth sailing. I got drunk on first class. I just drank all of my gin and tonics all day.
And that's a long flight. Let's say like 6 hours or something.
Yeah, it was. Me and Nick were working. I was trying to watch porn on my pad, on my tablet. Nick kept shushing me.
What? Why were you making a lot of noise or something?
Yeah, because I was trying to watch the porn. I mean, who doesn't want to watch porn at 30,000 miles?
Right. What, were you on like the porn hubs and whatnot?
No, I had a whole bunch downloaded. I came prepared.
Wow, I downloaded. I've never even downloaded any porn. And are you one of those guys with a subscription to a porn site?
No, I found a loophole. Check this out. Everyone, get a pen and pencil, and you're welcome.
All right.
This is what you do. So I know the first website that you said I was already familiar with, the Pornhub, right?
Right.
Go to Pornhub.com, and let's say you're on a tablet like I am. You hit to play the movie, and it gives you an option. Do you want to bring up the video player or the internet? And I'm like, why would I want to go through the internet to watch this? So for some crazy day, I think I smoked too much. I hit internet, and it downloaded it directly to my tablet. So from now on, all you have to do is hit play, and instead of hitting the video player for instant satisfaction, you just go to internet, and it downloads it straight to your tablet, and you get 5 movies a day. You have to wait 24 hours before you can download more. I know this. Trust me on this one. I got it. Because you go to Pornhub, and then you go to YouPorn, and then you go to RedTube, and you got 15 free movies. If you need more than that in a day, you need to go to church. If in 15 movies you haven't found what's going to get you off, you need to reevaluate your life. You know what I mean?
Do you ever do the thing like on Pornhub, and this is being very honest and serious, when you go to Pornhub, do you ever get to the point where you're just worn out from searching for something, and you just go, oh, fine, this'll do?
Yes, I close my eyes and Russian roulette the categories. I'm not lie, dude, I've let it go on grandma porn. I don't care because the whole song, the whole missionary, yeah, ooh, ah, yeah, that's so old, Teach me something new. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the older women for inspiration at this point.
I want Life Alert to be involved.
Those oh my God, someone help me, my hip's broken, I've fallen and I can't get up. Well, let me use my penis. Nick, by the way, Nick is now out of the shower, and all he has is a towel, and the only thing between me and his penis is about a 13th of an inch of towel.
You have a lot of calculations for the vicinity of his penis.
Well, you know, you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about. He's a science major.
I mean, we call this the Pants Free Podcast, Nick, but this is ridiculous. This is taking it to the next level with a towel.
For realsies.
So, Andy, now, Nick has a full schedule during the day. I imagine you being a hip-hop fan, you're headed straight to Brooklyn.
Oh, dude, I'm going to find Biggie.
Are you going to visit Jay-Z, perhaps, while you're there, too?
Yeah, I'm going to go see what's up with him and Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Their kid, I'm going to see if they need me to watch them for the afternoon. I'm going to go through all the hidden mixtapes and put my own tracks on them. So when you release them, they'll be like, what the is Tiny doing on here? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go be black for the day.
Is this your first time in New York?
Yeah, I've been to the East Coast because I did a couple of stints in Virginia.
Right.
But I've never been to the Dirty Apple. I'm about to take a big bite out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. I hope that someone is there to document every bit of this, because this is going to be beautiful. Just because people walk everywhere in New York, and I know that's not your favorite activity.
I hate walking. Why would you walk when you can drive? That's so dumb.
What? Maybe you could get like a sidewalk scooter or something.
That would be so awesome.
Or could you? What are those things called? Like the cops ride in the malls?
Segways?
Yeah, you need one of those.
I think I'm too fat for that. My only problem is that I have equilibrium problems because I'm big. So those things are you move on like forward motion and like forward propelling.
Yeah.
And like I'd have to lean forward, so I'll probably fall. But I'll give it a go. I'll give it a college try.
So you have like you can't find your center of balance, is what you're saying?
Well, no, it's just because you're on this thing that you're okay. So I'm like 5'9", you know what I mean? Whatever, normal height. And you're on this thing that now all of a sudden I'm 6'8", and I have to lean forward to go forward. No, thank you. I'm top heavy.
So maybe if you did it upside down, like you're doing a handstand the whole time or something.
Yeah, that's a realistic approach I'm going to use.
Andy, I asked Nick to send me a picture of you in your natural state. I am imagining right now you have a wife beater on.
Yes.
And boxers.
Yeah, and little 2-year-old booty socks.
By the way, you guys might have to crouch near the microphone because I can hear Nick really well, but Tiny sounds like he's on the bed in the background.
You are absolutely right. He's lying on the bed the other side of the hotel room.
I saw on Facebook that you're in a tiny hotel room. Is that right?
Quite literally. Very tiny. I'll send you the video. I'll send you the pictures, but this is smaller than like a college dorm room.
I mean,
like right now, Nick is sitting on my lap putting on his pants.
No, really?
No, dude, that's not even exaggerating.
Well, I guess it's New York City, so I figured that. Are you guys like in the heart of the city? Where are you at?
We're right 2nd Street. Yeah, West 42nd. We're right in the armpit.
We just got in. We got in here at 2 o'clock in the morning. We slept for 5 hours, went to the gym, and now we're doing a radio show.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine what people must think when Tiny comes into the gym. Like, and I'm sure if the hotel room's that small, that the gym can't be that big.
No, but he's actually there's like 8 machines in the gym. He was pretty good this morning. So there was 7 of the 8 machines were full up, and he walked in there and he said, "Did someone in here just call me a motherfucker?" And everyone left.
I have to claim my dominance, kind of like prison.
There was nobody in there.
Say something. I'm in New York. My wall is up. I'm in New York. I'm ready to punch someone.
Oh, you are? You're ready to start something?
Well, just because, like, I have my friend Sasha, and she's the one that we called right after the 9/11 thing from New York.
Uh-huh.
And she's up here. She's coming to see me on Wednesday, but she told me, she's like, "Andy, you're from the West Coast. Everyone over there, comparatively to New York, it's all peaches and rainbows. And once you get over to New York, they all hate you." And so when she told me that, I said, "Thank you for the knowledge. Here I come." And I put up my wall. That's a big wall. It says, "you." And I'm just waiting for someone to look at me sideways. I wish mother would.
Okay, so let's do a comparison test then, okay? So West Coast Andy, I'm meeting you at a party. Hi, Andy, nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. You smell incredible.
Oh, hey, do you want to, how's it going? Yeah, nice to meet you too. You look really nice today. Hey, my name's Andy. I have my medical marijuana card. Do you want to get high?
All right, then East Coast Andy.
You.
No, I didn't even get to introduce myself.
You know what I'm saying?
Before a person can even get a word out of greeting, you're already in their face with it.
I don't want any of it. I don't like being looked at sideways like I'm on panoramic view, you know what I mean? I'm one guy and one person. That's all I can do about it.
You're not a razorback gorilla.
No, I'm not. I'm not kicked up like a monkey. Don't look at me like a corn dog.
Tiny, some of the greatest food in the world is in New York City. Do you have anything in mind that you want to eat? Like, what's in your scopes right now?
I want to go. Well, last night we had some really good food cart food. We had lamb over rice, falafel kebab things. But
that sounds like everyone's New York destination dream. Sure.
Yeah, no, I want to go to. I want to really find the original Geno's, not the one that's like that claims to be the original Geno's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna judge that by the hygiene, and then after that, I want to go to Cat's Deli, and then that place that's on Seinfeld.
The cafe that he goes to.
Yeah, I just want to go get like a bottle of water and say I did it.
You're not a social media guy like I am. Like I would be if I were there. I'd be documenting every second of this.
Well, I'm going to take pictures, but I also don't want to be that guy on West 42nd Street with his camera taking pictures of everything. Nick's already yelled at me twice for being a tourist.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Nick, look, the Empire State Building. Oh, shut up.
You have to hear the whole story. So we arrive in New York City from Newark Airport at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the whole cab ride from the airport, Andy's sitting in the back going, oh, my God, is that the Empire State Building? Where's the Statue of Liberty? Where do I look? Oh, my God, is this the Lincoln Tunnel? Are we going under? Driver, are we underwater? Is there water above us right now? Oh, my God, what happens if the terrorist attack that breaks? Do we all drown? Is this actually New York City? Are we in downtown New York City right now? It was like that for the whole 50-minute cab ride.
Yeah. Nick's going to shoot me in the neck with beaver tranquilizer soon.
And we get to New York, and we're looking for stuff. And we walk out to 42nd Street, which is the hotel is on. We look down there. You can see Times Square, all the brilliant lights and everything like that. And the first thing he does is goes, guess what, everybody? We're in New York City! Like, me. I couldn't cross that street fast enough.
Yeah, that's like me saying, please come take my wallet.
Seriously, I don't know why Nick doesn't have a microphone on you at every second. Because this sounds like the greatest thing ever.
So I'm so conflicted with emotions. I feel so bipolar because I'm like, yes, I'm in New York City, but then I got this wall that I got up like I just talked about, you know?
You don't even know who you are right now, right?
I have an identity crisis. I'm like, yeah, New York, bye. It's a weird roller coaster of emotions.
Like, Andy, because I know you do love hip-hop, what music plays in your head when you're not listening to music? Like, like to get you in the mood of New York.
Oh, Probably some of the new super group of hip hop, Slaughterhouse, the one made by Eminem.
Okay.
The one that's got Royce the 5'9", Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, and Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying?
We need to make a Spotify playlist of your favorite hip hop artists right now.
White people couldn't handle it. The first track.
That should be the name of the playlist.
Why? That's the name of the playlist. White people can't handle this.
Yeah, not at all.
Speaking of hip-hop artists, Andy, a young man almost died of overdose of scissor the other day, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, well, see, that's what he does, because he's getting his scissor from the street. You got to get a legal prescription like I'd be getting for it, you know what I mean?
And because scissor is what?
It's it's usually a medication that's given for severe cases of pneumonia and upper respiratory infection. It's a combination of promethazine and codeine, which is interesting that the hip-hop community would hang on to that because promethazine is an anti-nausea medication and a codeine is a relatively mild analgesic for pain relief. So but when you drink those together and you add some Sprite and throw in a Jolly Rancher, all of a sudden you get a hit record.
Right? It's true. So he really was on his deathbed, like he almost died.
Well, the problem with that is when you drink too much of that, like it's obviously, all medications have a pro and con and you shouldn't be on it for a long time if you don't need it. But his kind of usage of it daily, multiple times in a day, multiple doses in a day, it's going to end up leading you to respiratory depression, so you can't breathe.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so go ahead and drink on that scissor. That's so cool, I can't breathe.
Also, you and Nick are in a small hotel room. Are you guys sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah, the hours of, dude, we slept 3 inches from each other, and we woke each other up snoring.
Yeah, how is that? Because I know both of you guys have the snoring disease.
Yeah, that's really sexy when you come to New York. 2 fat guys and sharing a bed that's just clearly not big enough for one person, both with Darth Vader masks on. No, we didn't bring them.
Oh, you didn't? Because I could just see this right here. This is the shot. This is the album cover. Like the two of you asleep with those masks on, those sleeping masks.
Get their new album, Assisted Living.
Oh, by the way, today's podcast, of course, as it is every week, is brought to you by Dave's Killer Bread. It's the best bread on earth. Tiny, are you thinking of toast right now?
I'm thinking of toast right now in my mouth because I actually work 2 seconds away from Dave's Killer Bread quarters. In Portland you are, right? Yeah, I go there probably twice a week to get their bread. Yeah, because quite literally, my work is like seriously less than 5 minutes away from bread quarters. Yeah, I remember that. You're like so close to it that you could do you just walk over there? Yeah, well, I walk over there, and Dave every once in a while on every Thursday he lets me touch the dough.
Yeah, just a slight editorial correction. He doesn't walk over there. He segues over there.
Right. And then immediately after Tiny touches the dough, Dave throws that batch away because it's no good anymore.
Yeah, he can't even really donate that.
but he knows how much you love it, and he sees you, and he's like, how much longer could this guy survive? I mean, let's just let him do what he wants.
Yeah, I think he helps. I think he thinks he's helping an autistic kid.
Which we don't know. Maybe it's true.
I don't know either. It could be.
You haven't been diagnosed, so
it calms me down.
Right. Well, what's your Make-A-Wish? I just like to go to Dave's Killer Bread and touch dough.
I just like to slap the dough.
So across this 42nd Street, on the other side of 42nd Street and 10th, there's a deli. We went in there this morning to get supplies for the hotel room. We can't really get anything refrigerated because there's no refrigerator in the hotel room. But
there's not room for it. You barely have a room for a bed.
Tiny asked, do you guys have Dave's Killer Bread? And the guy goes, nobody is killing anybody in my store.
Oh, man. Well, people don't know. They should probably learn. And Dave's Killer Bread is invading New York very soon. So, New Yorkers, get ready. Dave'sKillerBread.com. Just say no to bread on drugs. Dave's Killer Bread, the best bread on earth.
Here's the latest news from around the world, too, right in your own backyard.
So, now, Tiny, we like to do I don't know if you've heard the podcast before, but Nick and I do news and comment on things that are going on in the world, and I'd love to have you join us and give your 2 cents on each of these stories.
Oh, good.
Right now, you both are sitting in a room in your underwear, aren't you?
No.
Yeah.
We don't have any underwear on.
Oh.
You got the right.
This is really awkward. So, Nick, news from New York. What's going on in the news?
Well, funnily enough, one of our stories this morning on the News from New York is about the New York Museum of Modern Art, where Tilda Swinton...
By the way, who is she? Like, what is she in that I would know? Like, she's played the Queen or something, right?
She was the Ice Queen in Narnia.
Yeah,
oh, okay. Okay, right. Okay, now I know who she is. Okay, right.
And she does a lot of those sort of parts where she plays... I mean, I think she's English, isn't she?
Oh, most actors are, and if they're not, they should be.
Is that a requirement for an excellent actor? And she's won an Oscar, too, right?
Oh, yeah. Her list of films are very, very impressive, and her bio is actually very impressive. But she's one of those actors that always plays the cold, evil princess or queen.
That's right. I wonder if she's a bitch in real life.
Oh, undoubtedly. No way not.
Except when she's sleeping, and hence the fact this is the only way they could do something with her.
I don't get this. So she's in the Museum of Modern Art, or MoMA, And she she's sleeping in front of people in a glass case. Like, isn't that what Michael Jackson used to do?
Well, he had an oxygen tent, but I think it's just a form of art. There's a couple things about this.
But what is artistic about it? Like, I don't understand. Like, sleeping in front of people. How is that art? Can you explain to me, in the mind of artists, like, what is that?
Well, all right. So let's go back to what is art. Art is created for art. So it has to be something that's created for other people to be interested in looking at. She was part of this creation where people are interested in just looking at her sleeping in a small box on a very small bed in the middle of a museum. And I would say if I went into the museum, that's something I'd go over and look at.
Well, because it's been in the news and stuff, but like...
But even, I mean, if it hadn't been in the news and I found out about it and I knew that she was there, I'd be interested to see what she looked like.
I would much rather, like, honestly, I would much rather, like, watch Andy sleeping in the middle of a museum.
There again is another display that's coming soon.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. First of all, white people amaze me. On the type of they get away with, like, this is ridiculous. Like, I get the whole art part of it, but you got to be kidding me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go one upper. I'm going to sit in an open cage and eat Fruit Loops, and you can feed me Fruit Loops all day. How about that?
I like that. Like you just open your mouth and they would throw it in like a mama throwing into a baby bird's mouth.
Yeah, why not?
And then Nick, does she take breaks to go to the bathroom, or where does that happen, in a bedpan?
Yeah, that isn't made clear what her schedule is, but her schedule's not been published.
Because of course, is there like video running when she's not there, or is it just an empty bed?
So when she's not there, the janitor, his name is Jesus, takes over for her. And
just Jesus in a prop wig laying in bed?
He sleeps in the bed. However, under her contract, he has to have a plastic sheet put out, and he sleeps in his original underwear he bought from Puerto Vallarta.
Oh. Well, at least it's authentic.
It's the news!
Lots of other interesting stuff. You hear about this, the Bill Gates condom. Bill Gates is asking somebody to make a condom. He's offering $100,000 for someone to make a condom, and because he says, they need to feel better and improve on the original design. And so he's put up this $100,000, allowing people to test a new kind of condom.
Oh, what about, that song Gangnam Style? What if they did? Because for the whole time, up until like a week ago, I thought he was saying open condom style. But what if they got Psy to do the whole song and did a whole media campaign about it, and he could be going around...
Wait. I understand your confusion, but I'm confused where there is something called an open condom as opposed to a closed condom.
Right! That's the whole magic of it. If we got white people sleeping in a cage, then we can get an open condom, you know what I'm saying?
What does a man do to impress a woman on the first time that she is going to sleep over? 28% of men said they had new underwear.
Tiny, when you're trying to impress a girl, what do? Do you shave down? Do you buy new underwear? What's your whole grooming scenario? What do you do?
I actually groom a little snowman to be on top of my penis because I'm about to make it snow all over.
Oh, God.
And I usually take them out to any buffet they want to go to.
Wow. Do you buy new underwear when you're sleeping with a new girl?
I have mixed emotions about that, because if I'm going to be getting it for a long time, then if I want to, if it's a blind date type thing, then yeah, of course I'm going to go get some new. I mean, I'm still going to have them in the package type new underwear. But if it's a girl that I've dated a few times, where you're still in the dating phase, but you think maybe you want to continue to date her, then I'm actually going to go the opposite and put on some, those boxers that aren't quite right anymore and that you probably should throw away. They got holes in them and stuff. I'm going to wear those, because if she's going to be in my bed, at some point, those drawers are going to be on me, and I don't want her to be like, oh my God, I've been dating you for 2 months. Now you got holes in your boxers. I can't do this anymore.
You don't want to set the bar too high, is what you're saying.
Right. For the statistics, it's actually men think that women want clean and fresh underwear. In fact, 28% of men go out and buy new underwear when a woman's staying over the first date. The funny thing is, what's on the top of a woman's list is dirty sheets. So if you get into bed and your sheets aren't clean, then she's already unhappy with you. And for me, I would say sheets and underwear and body and bedroom and kitchen and bathroom and like you have to be clean.
And I don't like it when the girl doesn't floss. So, you know.
Yeah, hey, you gotta have your standards too, you know.
And for me, it really doesn't make any difference whether they floss or not because I can't see when their head's pushed in the pillow.
Oh.
Time wasters. Actually, an interesting survey about people who waste time at work. I'm really guilty of this, and I'm not allowed to open Facebook at work. I have several working policies that I have to do because otherwise I can just say wasting time surfing Twitter and Facebook and reading news stories. But it actually says that the people at work that waste the most times are people who have doctorates.
Like the most educated people waste the most time. So does that mean I'm smarter then? Because I waste so much time.
Well, I actually think this survey is corrupt for a couple of reasons. And one is people who usually tend to have high school diplomas tend to have a job which involves a lot of physical labor and motion. I mean, it doesn't have to be a labor job, but it's a sort of job where you could be moving from one room to the other. You could be visiting people if you're a salesperson. People who have doctorates tend to stay in one specific office. Like they sit in that one office or in a lecture hall or something, or in a lab or something like that. And so in that point is you can waste time because you're waiting for your computer to finish uploading the antivirus software. You're waiting for your Bunsen burner to heat up the sodium chloride. You're waiting for these things to happen. So I think it's a misnomer. I think educated people only waste time because they can't move any faster.
Yeah, but I waste time when I'm uploading my weekly YouTube video. So I mean, I'm just I do a regimen of push-ups and I make sure see how many grapes I can get in my mouth. Sometimes
I thought that's when you emptied your cat litter box.
That too. But thanks for reminding me. I do waste quite a bit of time, but you're saying like you're on the internet. You don't when you're working, you don't allow yourself to look at Facebook?
Yeah, it's not allowed.
Is it not allowed because you put it on your own self?
Yes, because I waste time.
Tiny. That is the whitest thing ever, right?
That's really white right now. You know what I do when I'm at work? I got my feet up and I'm looking at porn. I'm downloading illegal files at work.
See? Tiny's very highly educated, Nick. See, that what makes sense.
When news breaks, we're the first there to mock it.
Well, the Amanda Knox case has raised its ugly head again, and it looks like there may be an order to retry her.
Can you believe she went through a whole thing? They thought she killed somebody or conspired with somebody else to kill.
She was convicted of murder.
She was convicted, and I thought it was dropped.
It was so she was convicted of murder, and she was complicit in the murder of her roommate with her boyfriend. And then they had a retrial 2 years later, after she'd been in jail for 2 years, and there was enough evidence to release her from jail pending a retrial. And now that retrial is happening, but she's in the States, and the question is, will she go back to Italy and possibly end up serving another 20-year sentence? Me? I could live without going back to Italy the rest of my life.
Hey! So basically, like all that leading up to, which seemed like 3 years or something, was just to get her to be able to be released, and now it's the trial.
No, it's the retrial. So what it was is there was some questionable evidence. They released her, but they didn't find her not guilty with the questionable evidence. They said that you had to go back to trial. Now it's going back to trial, but she's already in America.
All this proves is don't up in Italy.
Yeah, seriously, she's lucky she's white too.
Predictions. Who thinks she's going to jail? Me.
I think that bitch is going back to the big boot.
I don't think she's going to go back to Italy. I think she'll fight it from the United States.
She'll get an at-home restriction?
Yeah, she'll get Johnny Cochran. She'll be on an ankle brace and call it good.
Her lawyers can be over there, but
she's not get out of jail hot though. She's hot.
She's no Casey Anthony.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's what I'm talking about.
If you're eating any food, you may want to put it down right now, but there's a story coming out of Germany, which is this daughter slept next to the dead corpse of her mother for 8 months.
Why?
Oh, that's up.
Did somebody force her to do that, or?
No, she just said she didn't have the money to bury her, And so she slept with her for 8 months until she could work out what to do.
I think I was married to that woman. Yeah, I mean, she says she didn't have the money, but how much money does it actually cost? I mean, you could probably get a grant or something like that. Isn't like if you can't afford a burial, like what do they do?
Usually the state will help you.
Yeah, it's called a shovel.
The Republican Party's having a real difficult time now with gay marriage because they have there's Karl Rove, George Bush, these guys who are the architects of the real sort of Republican Party. And this year, the ABC asked this week if they could imagine a Republican presidential candidate unequivocally backing gay marriage. And Rove replied, Karl Rove, who's the head of the Republican Party, said yes, he could. So it's likely that the Republicans now are going to back gay marriage because that's what Americans want.
Well, they're going to back gay marriage because they're tired of losing elections.
Yeah,
that's all it's about. Like to be honest, like I don't care why they're doing it because at least they'll be doing it. But the thing that's sad is that people will just vote for them anyway because they don't care why. You know what I mean? Do you think Republicans will be like, oh, I was going to vote for that guy, but nope, he's for gay marriage. Like, what's your choice? So all of a sudden, my mother will be saying, well, that's the way it's going to be. Fine. Well, I guess I have to vote for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, what's really disturbing is, a lot of this. Well, it should weed out a lot of the far right people in the Republican Party if they do it. But what I think is what they're trying to do is they're trying to soften themselves up to become more center. So the chances they have stealing more of the American votes. Because as a country, we're split 50-50, so anything they can do to gain votes. And they've probably looked at it this way. The amount of votes that they'd lose on the other side of people that would leave the Republican Party because they would never want gay marriage is less than the amount of people they will gain in the middle.
Yeah, they would gain the people that are electing presidents.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not going to vote for them just based on that alone because I already have that with my current president, so I don't need to worry. But it is weird, like suddenly they flip-flop on issues whenever it's convenient to get them more votes. But this whole gay marriage issue, I mean, how long have we been? My entire lifetime it feels that we've been dealing with people being able to be married and just, I mean, when we were doing the radio show like 10 years ago, it was still a big thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah, remember I got married.
Oh, that's right, you did.
We were in the Connie Chung Get It van. And the news anchor from Seattle was like, don't talk to this guy. That's tiny. He's being a jackass. Don't talk to him. He totally cock-blocked me from being on the news about it, too.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you stood. That was when the Get It van was on CNN.
No, that was the craziest ever. I get a phone call from Nick, like, get up. We're on our way. We got to do. And it's like in the morning. I'm like, all right, let's go get married. Let's do it.
It was beautiful. That was one of the greatest things ever. And we had like a ghetto 1970s van with a giant logo of Connie Chung's head on the side of it, and it said Connie Chung Get It van.
It was cool, too, though, because as soon as we got that van, it was like we all thought we were an anchor man, like we had news reporting to do.
Like we had to find stories, like we're like, get down there now, wherever we are. Like, and that van was lucky if it made it, if it could go 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, we'd always used to take our own cars, and we'd have Crisco drive it just in case.
We would just follow the van wherever it was going.
And that's the spectacular news from the heart of News Central right here on 42nd Street in New York City.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are in a room trapped like sardines in your underwear. You haven't eaten yet. I don't even understand how that's possible.
Andy's going crazy because he's really hungry.
I'm starting to bite Nick's arm.
What are you having for breakfast today, Andy?
Anything.
All of it.
There you go. But Andy, if you're angry, that's the persona you want to put on in New York. That's really helping you out, being hungry.
Instead of going to get food out of the buffet line, I'm going to go grab someone's plate right before they eat it and just take it from their mouth. My food.
Thank you, fellas. Make sure and subscribe. Check out our podcast, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Even YouTube. It's just /pantsfreepod, or all the links to everything, iTunes, that kind of stuff, pantsfreepod.com. For Tiny, who is joining us, it's been way too long. And Nick Miles, I'm Balonius Francine Marconi saying...
I'm in New York City, and I am now wearing leather assless chaps, and I'm walking into the gay district.
Pantalones a libero. Pants Free Podcast.
Pants Free Podcast. Pants Free Podcast. Pants Free Podcast.